Okay, hello, hey. I hope you're all having a good time speaking to the companies and getting to know each other. But we're going to quickly do a panel right now with Nader and Austin Griffith, like OGs in the Ethereum space, where you can like pick their brain about any questions that you have. Yep. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, could I get everyone to settle down? We're gonna quickly break for like a Ask Me Anything session with Nader and Austin. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, of course.
Hey, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you.
All right. So here's how this is all going to work. So obviously, Nader and Austin have a lot of experience in the space, and they have a lot of knowledge that you guys can capitalize on and get brain dumps on. So there's a QR code right there, which you can scan, and you can like ask your questions live. And as and when they come in, like I'll have a look, and I'll keep like posing it to the panelists, and just feel free to like shoot over your questions.
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, but before we start, maybe we can like do some context settings so people sort of get a little bit to know you all a little bit and a little bit of your background as well. So maybe we can start off with both of you all talking about how you got into the Ethereum space, what attracted you, and what's making you stick around so far.
Yeah. Yo, so I'm Austin Griffith. I do developer growth for the Ethereum Foundation. I got into the Ethereum space 2016 learning, 2017 building. I started building games. They didn't really resonate back then. Then I started building tooling and doing DevRel, and that really caught on and was really helpful. Meta transactions and burner wallets. What really excited me about Ethereum, I was doing lots of stuff like being down a Docker rabbit hole, and new technologies like that really excite me. Just like AI is right now, being able to one-shot apps is really exciting. But back then, the idea of building unstoppable apps that can't be tampered with and live forever was really neat. And just seeing a smart contract for the first time and seeing how a smart contract could work and seeing that you could have $8 billion locked up in a smart contract. There was just a lot of really neat properties to that got me excited. And that's kind of what had me fall in love with Ethereum.
I think it works now.
Great.
Yeah, for me, I was working at Amazon, and I was kind of on the career path to be a senior level person that would be kind of in a very boring position. And then I learned about crypto through a couple of talks from Juan Benet and Yaniv Tal. And within like maybe a couple of days, I was really just hooked. And I realized that this was like a much earlier space than cloud was, and a lot more exciting and a lot more challenging and a lot more fun. And I decided I wanted to work here. I applied to join the Graph, which was a good opportunity for me because I knew GraphQL really well, and they were in a GraphQL company. And I got my foot in the door there. And same things that kind of Austin said. Immutability, censorship resistance, being able to build like unstoppable applications, all that seemed really exciting. Even though the scale at the time was like not really there, it was more about the potential of what was possible. And now that's been almost 5 years. And actually, one of the first people I reached out to was Austin, and he didn't know who I was. But I just dropped in his DMs, and he like took a lot of time out of his day and helped me out and actually helped me get started. And I think he's done that for a lot of people. So I just want to thank Austin again for helping me kind of get my foot in the door and show me a lot of, well, I think it's like he embodies like the ethos of the culture of the Ethereum community as a whole. There's a lot of people like him, people that are like willing to selflessly give you their time without any expectation of anything in return. And that's been another cool draw of the Ethereum ecosystem that I don't really think I see in other places.
Yeah, there's this like idea of coming for the money and staying for the ethos that I think really resonates true. When you figure out you can program money, you're like, I know how to program. I can program money. I can probably make money programming money. And then you get in and you realize this whole like open source cypherpunk ethos is something that helps people stick.
Awesome. Yeah, so you guys have been around for quite some time. And so maybe just for like all the students in the room and all the developers in the room, what do you think differentiates a good dev from a really great dev based on like everything that we've seen so far?
I think the ability to just ship, like not to, and also to have like a lot of agency without needing to be handheld through things, because over time that's kind of what you need to be successful. And the definition of a good dev today is way different than it was a year ago, actually. I think the ability to lean on the most bleeding edge AI tools and kind of be 10x, 100x more effective than you were last year will set you apart. So the next time there's like a layoff or the next time there's a big opportunity, you're not the one getting laid off and you are the one that gets that opportunity. And I think that's the only way you can stand out. It's to really be 10x, 100x more effective than everyone else. And it's pretty simple to do that just by taking action, staying on top of the latest models and the latest IDEs and all the best tools that help you get shit done. Because really, I still see people, and I know people that like work in software that don't believe in using AI tools. And I just don't know how long those people are going to last. And then once they do decide to get into, like, start using them, they're already so behind on like what's out there. And I think there's also people on the complete opposite end that literally just like live and breathe vibe coding, and they're just insanely productive. So I would like to be on that end of the spectrum.
Yeah, the steps, like you said, are easy, but the actual work and execution of being a 10x developer and being just having the tenacity to just like ship and ship and ship until something works is actually very hard. It takes a lot of work. So I think you have to have the tenacity. You have to be able to be constantly shipping. Like, are you coming to me with excuses, or are you coming to me with apps that you've built and trying to throw something at the wall, right? And there were some guys up here doing some really awesome stuff. There was parlays on top of prediction markets are exactly the kind of shit that I want to see. I want to see people shipping different, weird, ephemeral prediction markets on top of apps that are already existing and going to people where they are and helping them, like possibly even custodying their crypto at first, which is like against the ethos. You want self-custody eventually, but we need to be going to people where they are, and we need to be trying things. We need to be throwing things at the wall and building really interesting apps. So it's sort of like, if you're coming up to me and you're saying it's too hard to figure out how to build an Ethereum and it's too hard to figure this out, and like, don't come to me with excuses. Come to me with apps, and you should be shipping apps like weekly, because crypto, or with AI, crypto is so much easier to build on top of.
Nice. So I guess the key message is be a lean, mean shipping machine.
Yes.
Use AI if you need to. Use whatever tool is latest in the market, and just be super productive. Great, that's awesome. So we have a bunch of questions that are coming in through the Q&A. Let's start with the most upvoted one. So the one that has the most votes is, what recommendations would you give to a Web3 developer who's just starting out and wants to land their first job?
Hopefully they're a Web 2 developer already and they're getting into Web 3. We don't know that, though. I think you need to learn the syntax of Solidity, but it's a little bit different now with AI. You can kind of just be like, I need to build this thing. There's a little bit of like understanding the kinds of things you build on Ethereum. You don't have like a cron job that checks in every night to do a thing, right? You need to actually build an incentive system that incentivizes anyone in the world to check in and pay to check in, and then they get incentivized. They're incentivized to do so by getting paid. There's little things like this that exist in the Ethereum world that don't exist in other places that you need to understand. And one place I suggest people go is Speedrun Ethereum. You can go to speedrunethereum.com. You can take on all these challenges. But the TLDR is like there's a lot of incentives and weird mechanisms built in. And to get those, you just need to build a bunch of things and then look through a bunch of protocols. So once you build your first crowd sale app, once you build your first token vendor, once you build your first DEX, your first lending protocol, your first stablecoin, your first prediction market, your first ZK voting app, once you build all of those, you should go to different protocols like Uniswap v2, Uniswap v3, Morpho, Aave. You should understand how those protocols work. You should be able to look at the smart contracts and understand how they work. And if you go there and you don't understand, you need to rewind and get more smart contract knowledge. But then you need to start adventuring at the frontier and start shipping things and see what happens. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with all that. And then if you're doing that and you also are able to stand out from everyone else in different ways, there's a lot of opportunity to kind of do that today. I think that going viral for building something really cool is a great way to get a lot of job offers. I mean, I've seen people that just get flooded with job offers because they put out the right thing that got the right people's attention. There was recently this AI agent competition where the guy was charting different models trading against each other. That went insanely viral. You could have maybe decided to copy that in some way and build something similar, or just kind of come up with creative ideas that visualize and showcase the things that you built that may get attention. Because it is hard to stand out today because of how simple it is to generate applications. There's always a hack. Every time in any moment in history in this industry, there's been a hack that you can kind of take. I think the hack today might be people still use GitHub to vet people, right? So if I look at someone's GitHub profile and they haven't shipped anything, it might make me consider them less than an equal participant that does have an insane GitHub. Now, in the past, it took a shitload of work to have an insane amount of repos on your GitHub that were not forks. Today, you can literally generate 5 apps per day. What if you decided that to ship 5 apps per day for the next 6 months? You'd have hundreds of individual unique applications, and it doesn't take that much work, right? But if someone went to go hire you and they saw that you had experimented and built all these things, and hopefully you're actually going into the code and understanding what the fuck is going on as well, then you're going to actually stand out and you're going to get hired. That would be the hack that I would take today. When I was getting opportunities, the hacks that I took were writing a book about something I didn't really know that much about, but by the time I was done writing the book, everyone thought I was an expert, and I was an expert because I had to fucking write a book about it. Answering questions on Stack Overflow, stuff like that. I don't know. There's always a hack. The hack today, in my opinion, would just to symbol your GitHub profile with a bunch of unique applications.
Yeah, 5 a day is a lot, but 1 every 5 days could be really good. Spend the time. It takes me a few days still, in terms of nights and weekends, it takes me a few nights and weekends to build a really nice app that people can use. So 5 a day is pretty tough. That'd be pretty lean. Just to double down on some of his points here, crypto Twitter is a cesspool, but it's also full of recruiters and people that are looking for hiring interns and building apps. So get established on crypto Twitter, follow people, get followed, just doing cool things on crypto Twitter, and then doubling down on build something and show it off. Random idea, X402 is hot right now, so make an X402 poker game and then pick a bunch of models and have them play against each other and then post the results of those different models playing poker with each other and see who wins. And try to make a viral post that kind of shows off that build. Just do that over and over again. I would say 1 app every 5 days, not 5 apps a day, but maybe somewhere in between those two, and just be posting it all the time, and you'll get recognized eventually, and something will come from that.
Awesome. So build in the open, build in public, and make yourself visible, and find the hack that you need to stand out. So here's a very interesting question that people in the audience want to know. For a beginner with the project in mind, would you recommend to learn and build the project or would you recommend learning while building the project?
What was the first option?
First option is to just learn, get a rundown on how things work, and then start building the project once you have that idea.
You don't really know until you start building, though, right? It's like reading a book about sailing a boat. You kind of probably need to get some basics, but you need to get out on the water, you know? And I think that's the same thing for building here. You should be sort of building and learning all the time in parallel, and those things are not mutually exclusive at all, and it's kind of like a collective path of both of those things happening at the same time.
Right. I agree. Yeah, that makes sense. Another question here is, you guys talk about shipping apps weekly. What happens if you don't have an idea for a great app? What do you then go out and build?
Skill issue, bro. You got to be coming up with ideas like crazy. Go to ChatGPT and have ChatGPT give you 10 ideas. Pick the most favorite one and build it, even if it's not that good. I think a lot of my ideas come from following awesome people in the space and seeing what's hot. I just mentioned X402 is hot. I kind of like gambly-ish games, so that's where that X402 poker thing came in. And then you mentioned the whole like using different models to invest and then showing those on a graph. Like I just put all those ideas together just now to say make X402 poker and have the models play each other and then make a viral post about it. Like that just comes from those different ideas and mixing and matching. So get on crypto Twitter, follow a lot of people. Sorry, crypto is a cesspool. Sorry, crypto Twitter is a cesspool. Everyone's always pitching a bunch of crap, and there's a lot of noise. But if you watch for trends, and even though it's kind of a trailing indicator, pay attention to what's going on in this space by watching crypto Twitter, you'll find these new things. 8004 is another great example of an interesting technology. It's like yellow pages for agents to be able to like check in, to discover each other, and then have a reputation model. Go build something. Go build an agent that generates images. Go build an agent that generates copy, and then go build a marketing agent that you can talk to run ads for you, and have that marketing agent have a budget and have it pay off the copywriting and the image generation agents, and have this whole system working together so you can just like YOLO go run ads and tell me how they work and come back to me, and then tweet about all of that on Twitter. So I think finding ideas is about like mixing and matching things that are hot and interesting, and trying things that are, if you just start like dinking around, there's a lot of things that emerge from that. So yeah, and then finally just like go to ChatGPT and say, give me 10 ideas. Yeah, I think one of the most interesting ideas I've seen recently is on Solana, sadly, it's like Punkcade, and it's like a browser extension that allows you to run a prediction market on top of Pump.Fun or on top of an existing stream. And I think this is a really good idea. Like figure out where people are right now, TikTok streams, Instagram streams, other like existing places, and run things on top of that use prediction markets or interesting like stablecoin mechanics or DeFi mechanics. I also think that like low risk DeFi is really interesting right now. Go to people where they are and give them an easy way to YOLO money in and have a stable coin and have that stable coin locked up and earning 5%. You are basically creating a brand new bank and make it really easy for people to use. Stuff like that is, these ideas are all over the place in the space if you're paying attention to what the meta is.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Nice, awesome. So maybe let's ask some more inspirational and personal questions about your journey that have come up. So one question here is, what's something you wish you could go back and tell your younger self?
Ethereum price.
For me, it would be like putting myself out there, building in public, and not being afraid to put out my ideas. Because like all the opportunities I've had have been because I've put my ideas, my code, my writing, my videos, like all the stuff I've put out there in some form or fashion has gotten me opportunities. And I think for the first like 6 years, I thought I was too stupid and I wasn't like good enough to share my ideas. But the first idea that I shared like went really insanely viral and helped like literally, I think millions of readers have read that, and so many people have kind of reached out about that first piece of content I put out there, and that kind of really changed the way I viewed that. And I've had a lot of failures and a lot of things that have been cringe, and a lot of people that get pissed off at me because I've said something that ended up being wrong or whatever. But everything else that was good overshadowed all that. So it's still very, very awkward to kind of put myself out there, and I've been doing it for a long time. And I think it stops a lot of people from like talking or doing or saying or whatever, just acting. But I think for me, that's kind of the one lesson. I know that for developer relations and all that, it might be a little different for me than maybe like a software engineer or something. But I do think there's an aspect of like putting your code out there that a lot of people are scared to do. I've talked to a lot of people that don't want to push up certain code to GitHub because they literally are worried about, did they format like a function right? Like no one actually cares, to be honest. As long as you're not, I mean, I can't really think of too many things that you could do wrong. Maybe like stealing someone else's code and claiming it as your own, I don't know. But for the most part, like putting your stuff out there will result in positive things. That's my one thing.
And I probably spend too much time experimenting. I think if I couldn't tell myself the price of what Ethereum is going to be, I would go back in time and I would get myself to connect with idea guys more often and like CEO types. Just like find the most like arrogant, intelligent person I could find and try to partner with them and be the CTO to their CEO. Because I'm always like building interesting things, but I never really like make the business or the company out of it. And I think that that's the thing that I have always been lacking. And I think if I could go back in time, I would grab 2017 me and I would say, the burner wallet is great. Like, make the burner wallet a product. Here is an arrogant CEO type that just thinks he's right all the time or she's right all the time and will help you make your product a reality. Go make it a reality and stop prototyping.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Here's a very spicy and controversial question. What do you think matters more, my GitHub or my GPA?
GitHub, 100%. That's not even spicy. Like, the piece of paper you're going to get from your school is not that important at all in crypto.
So do you think we've moved away from the stage where companies cared about where you went to school, what you did in school, or like they just care about like what portfolio you have?
I mean, it gets you in the door for sure. Like when I hear like, yeah, I'm a MIT grad, I'm like, fuck yeah, come here, tell me more, right? But like the next thing is, what does your GitHub look like? What are you shipping? What's going on? So sure, it'll get you in the door, but really like you should be going to these top schools to like find your friends and your co-founders and your spouse. Like that's what you should be doing right now. That like have fun, be social, meet people, meet co-founders, meet spouses. That's what you should be doing at the top school right now. Like the piece of paper is not going to be the thing that's valuable.
Yeah, if I could go back in time, I would definitely get my degree. But so if you have just a degree, or if you're just a good coder, like the good coder with the good GitHub will probably end up standing out, obviously. But if you have both, you're going to stand out even more. So if you have a degree, that's incredible. Also, be an insane shipper. But if you don't have a degree, you can do better than anyone in the world if you just like kick ass and don't stop shipping. So for sure, GitHub will be number one, but both would be ideal. But not having a degree has never stopped anyone in our industry that I know of.
Nice. Okay, I think we have time for one last question, and I think this is the one that I think would take the most time. So students have asked, what value do you think Ethereum provides for the apps that are built on top of it? And I guess a good extension could also be to talk about EigenCloud. Like, what value do you think that EigenCloud also provides for like developers who are looking to build on top of it right now?
Checking the sponsor box, very nice. I think Ethereum and the Ethereum ecosystem, Ethereum is maybe like a settlement layer, and we're talking about building on L2s, and then when we're talking even farther, we're talking about EigenCloud. But I think these new types of applications are sort of the frontier of what apps will be like in the future and what future customers will demand of their products. Future customers will want apps that are always on. Future customers will want apps that can't be tampered with. This is a coming thing. Like, it's sort of like HTTPS for the future, right? So future apps will be built on these platforms. They'll be built on L2s. They'll be built on L3s. They'll settle to Ethereum. I don't know that too much about EigenCloud, but maybe you can take over from there.
Well, Ethereum enabled EigenCloud, just like Ethereum has enabled thousands of companies, businesses, tens of thousands of jobs, probably maybe more than that, I don't know. But for EigenCloud, we are essentially offering a handful of different products. At the core level, we have infrastructure that allows you to build verifiable services. So recently, Layer 0, Infura, Redstone, like oracles, all types of stuff. bridges kind of build at that base level. That's kind of like building almost like an L1 type of product. And then we vertically built our own stack of products that we manage. We have EigenDA, which is the most scalable data availability layer on the planet, 750 times more scalable than the next, I would say, best option in terms of throughput. We have EigenAI and EigenCompute. You can kind of think of it like EC2, S3, Lambda maybe on top of AWS, the data center being at the bottom. For us, EigenLayer is at the bottom. EigenDA, EigenCompute, and EigenAI are managed services that we kind of maintain. EigenAI, verifiable inference for you to be able to build blockchain primitives out of AI. Essentially, you can kind of think of bringing AI on chain. EigenCompute is a way to run verifiable, I would say, runtimes, or to be able to build like applications that typically would run on in the cloud, but that need verifiability. Today, we actually just really kind of like announced our biggest major use case so far of EigenAI. It's only been out maybe about a month or so, but Polymarket and Kaido AI are using it to enable like ephemeral and autonomous prediction market like outcomes, I would say, because to resolve a prediction market, it's not really that simple. You often need some human intervention, but using verifiable AI, you can actually do this autonomously. So that's one really cool thing that we've kind of put out there today if you want to kind of learn more about a like real world use case. And it's actually also our biggest paying customer, so that's awesome. We're not paying them grants, they're paying us money to use our product. It's a win-win situation.
There's another idea for people looking to build is AI oracles, right? Oracles that resolve prediction markets, get a bunch of different AI models and have them resolve prediction markets. I think you even did something recently about like deterministic results from AI. Is that right? That's really interesting.
I'm trying to find the term that we kind of use.
You coined a term and forgot it already?
No, well, the term was coined by Kaito, I believe, today. I guess verifiable mindshare markets.
Ooh, hot, yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, EigenAI is a characteristic of it is determinism. So when you think of like blockchains and how you can say, I want to re-execute the history of Ethereum today, and then Austin will do that tomorrow, and this person will do it a year from now. When we all re-execute the state, we all come to the same output, right? Because it is objective and it is deterministic. Like when you put in the same inputs, you get the same outputs, and you kind of like can replay the history over time. You can't really do that with AI inference because it is non-deterministic by nature. It's become like a big challenge to defeat this for certain use cases because you don't need determinism for most things, but you do need them to do audits. You do need them to bring like money and finance in order to have like inference on chain and things like that. So we have a technique that we've kind of like I would say discovered that enables determinism. There's another company in the AI space called Thinking Machines. It's actually the ex-CTO of OpenAI started this company. I think they just raised like $50 billion valuation, and they recently released a blog post called Defeating Non-Determinism. It kind of goes into some similar techniques that we have. I don't believe that their product is live yet. Ours is live, and we're going to release our white paper in the next week or so that'll kind of explain how we did that. But the two characteristics of EigenAI are verifiability and determinism. You need both of those, I would say, to kind of build, like, I would say, verifiable AI applications. The determinism means no matter like how many times or when you re-execute the inference, it always gives you the same result. And then the verifiability aspect is that you can verify that the prompt, the model, and the response are actually what came out from the inference.
So the TLDR today is that learning Solidity and learning how to build on Ethereum is actually really easy. Learning what to build is the hard part. Go do Solidity by example. Go do speedrunethereum.com. Then start building a bunch of things. Establish a Twitter address. Make sure you start following people, tweeting about your work. Follow other people. Get people to follow you. Build a bunch of things. Be using crypto. Like you should be using it randomly. Like go to Abstract Chain and gamble a little bit. Go to Base and get on Farcaster. Go to Arbitrum and do some DeFi stuff. Get in a DAO. Do all the things on chain and find your own use cases where you have problems. Come up with fun gambly games and put them out on Abstract or Base or Arbitrum. You really will discover the things. These ideas will emerge from you using the chain and building interesting things. So go build a bunch of things and see what emerges and push the frontier. Please, we're counting on you guys.
Nice. Awesome. All this is great. Thank you so much, again, both of you, for your time. I'm sure you can find them around. If you have any more questions, you can always come up to them and ask them. They won't bite. They're pretty friendly. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, thank you. So next up, we'll be having our final demo for the day from Marcelo, who will be showing his project MintUp. And after that, we'll just be opening up the space for networking and for you guys to like meet each other for the rest of the time. Thank you.
Tengo todo listo. Okay, thank you for having me here. I'm going to present my mini app. It's a mini app built on Base. It's called MintUp. It's live right now. You can try it. You can search it in the Base app and in Farcaster. This is a events app. So basically, you can register for an event. This is the homepage. Currently, I'm hosting one event. So you can see the details, some details of the event, the host, attendance, and a little description about the event. I think the connection is a little slow. Okay. Here's an event that I'm attending. So I'm registered for this event. I can view the ticket. This is an on-chain ticket. It's stored in the blockchain. This is some information about the event. It has a QR code as well. I can share the ticket, and it will pop up a cast editor if the internet wants. So I think it's very, very, very slow. Okay. Okay, so you can search for events. This is the search page. You have also a profile. You can edit some information, but the base information is from your Farcaster profile. So I fetch the information for your profile using your FID, and I will fill up this form for you. So you don't have to fill information about you if you don't want. I just pick up your information from Farcaster, so the onboarding is easier. You can fill some information about your profile, your professional profile. You can sync your information if maybe you edit something in your Farcaster profile and it gets out of sync. You can sync it with this button. So now let me just, for example, this is an event that I'm not registered yet. So I can share it. It will pop up the cast editor with some pre-filled information and the link to the event. Okay, I'm gonna buy a ticket. So there is 2 tickets, a free one and a pay one that it's 0.5 USDC. So if I choose this, it will open up the this sheet that let me transfer USDC. So if I click confirm, So I don't know if I can do it in the mirroring because it's not my, it doesn't have my passkey. But maybe if I can choose a free one just to show you. Okay, I'm registered right now. I'm in the list of attendees. I can view my ticket as well. I can share my ticket, and it will open up another cast editor, but with a dynamic image. This will be a dynamic image that is generated with the event details from this specific event. I think it's not charging because of the internet. But yeah, there is another screen. This is for communities, so communities can create their own community here. Currently, it's Dev3 Pack and Ethereum Lima. I can see the community page, and I can see what events they hosted in the past, what their members are, and a leaderboard. Well, I can switch between themes. And finally, I can create my own event. So I can choose the name, a color, I can choose a category. Let's choose gaming. I can choose date and time, location, description, tickets. So this is an interesting part because you can create free tickets, but also you can create paid ones. So for example, if I choose to create a paid ticket, I can choose how much I want to charge for each ticket. And this will interact with a smart contract. So the event details and ticket details will be stored in the smart contract. And once a person wants to attend and wants to buy the ticket, the money will be transferred directly to the organizer. So yeah, that's my presentation. This is my GitHub profile. And this is my LinkedIn. You can scan if you want to. Thank you so much.
You can take your laptop. OK, thank you for that wonderful presentation. We have one more really quick, actually. It's not a demo, but it's more community-oriented. I think it's a community that many people haven't interacted with before. So very excited to hear Jennifer's presentation. You can plug in your laptop. But yeah, I'm Cynthia. I lead Stanford Blockchain. I'm an undergraduate in the United States. I'm working with the Ethereum Foundation here at DevConnect and beyond to host more university initiatives. I think it's great what you guys have put on. So big shout out to Shaim and the team and also Mustafa.
Let me see how can I make, oh, OK. Is it like this one?
I think it's going to show there. I mean, they're going to
OK.
they'll project it there.
Yeah, ready. So yeah, thanks for the host. Thanks for the Cynthia to still let me get on the stage at the last minute. So this is Jennifer. Yeah, so what I'm going to demo later is probably a little bit different than what people just shared. So it's about community. I want to show how I built a student community in Taiwan. And yeah, just want to share with you. So this is a little bit background of myself. So I'm from Taiwan. I'm the co-founder of XueDAO. So we built a DAO, a developer-focused DAO in Taiwan. And a little fun fact is I actually work in MasterCard. And somehow that, because I built a community for like a couple years, and a little bit hard to find a synergy between my full-time job and what I'm building after job. So right now, I really want to seek for an opportunity to shifting to Web3. Yes. So so I joined a lot of a hackathon actually before, and this is what I joined this August in East Global, New York. But personally, I'm not a developer, yes. And yeah, so what our vision is actually to show the world that Taiwanese students can build. So as you may know that Taiwan is famous for our semiconductors, so TSMC or something, some brand that you may heard about before. And kind of sad that a lot of the talented, like most talented students in Taiwan, they want to join TSMC and they didn't even give a look for Web3. So that's what we want to promote in Taiwan, that make more people understand about blockchain, understanding about Web3, and probably join this industry as a talent as well. Yeah, so since we have launched in last year, we got a lot of the media reposts in Taiwan. Also, I got selected as one of the most influential people, like 30 influential people in Taiwan. And this is what we have done before. So since our launch, we host a hackathon directly. So within the 3 months of the hackathon preparation, we got secure 11K USDC in the prize pool, and we have 120 student hackers registered for the hackathon. In the end, we got 25 projects submitted. I'm not sure. I think that this number probably not that promising still, but I think it pretty much shows that we have this kind of the vibrant ecosystem in Taiwan within students that are interested in blockchain, interested in Web3. Yes. And what we offer usually as a developer community, we host a lot of the workshop like Solidity 101, and we host a regular co-learning day and a lot of the technical workshops. So I'm here also open for any collaboration. If you want to promote your project in Taiwan or basically in APAC, share that we will love to help. Yes. And we also have a lot of engagement with Ethereum ecosystem. So we host the Ethereum 10-year anniversary event. We are the main host. And we also have every ETH Global, we will have a promotion code from XueDao. So if you are a student, you feel free to adopt our a promotion code. You will get the discount for East Global. And we host East Taipei. I personally will host East Taipei next year as well. So if you want to join the APAC industry, you should, in APAC ecosystem, welcome to reach out later. We can get you on the East Taipei. And yeah, also other than Ethereum ecosystem, we also collaborate with local events. This is Taipei Blockchain Week, a huge event in Taiwan as well. So for XueDao, for a builder community, we host a whole day workshop. We host a stage and we host a whole day technical workshop there. We want to promote more builder voices in the local events. And lastly, this is kind of cool that we host a global learning hackathon fund. Also, good luck, have fun. So it's called GLHF program. So we try to make this scholarship more sustainable. So we sponsor students go hack abroad. And we have sent 2 batches of students before to ETH Tokyo and DEF CON Bangkok last year. So this is we cover all the flights and accommodation. But if you want the prize, you have to donate some portion of your prize money back to the scholarship. So we try to make this scholarship more sustainable. And we are open to more sponsorship as well if you are interested in sponsoring students to go hack abroad. And I know EigenCloud is here today. So actually, we have some ambassador from EigenCloud, also the contributor of XueDao. So we host this is just happened before I come to Argentina. We host the EigenCloud theme study group in Taiwan. And right now, every event, we will have more than 100 students or people sign up. So we are quite big in Taiwan already. And yeah, that's all about my sharing. Thank you for listening. And welcome to follow us. And this is my personal contact here as well. So yeah, really nice to have this chance to share with you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much. So that brings us to the end of the planned programs that we have for the day. The rest of the time can be spent in just open networking. Again, find companies, find students, and just talk to each other. Another quick plug for the EF internship program that's currently active. We're looking for applications, so please feel free to submit them or ask around if you have any more questions. But otherwise, yeah, thank you so much. And we hope to see you in the next one.